All right, coming to you from Rio Branco, Brazil today. Moving, James Bond lifestyle forever. Adaptability is the greatest measure of intelligence. So if you're consistently adapting to new environments, new cultures, new languages, new music, and you stay there a reasonable amount of time so you can actually make the adaptation, or you stay in the general vicinity so you can see it all and make the adaptation. You don't forget to go to nature everywhere. You want to get that naturally diverse experience and that culturally diverse experience. You want to get them both, right? It's crazy. So I'm watching my videos in this Brandon Angel journey, and thank you for those of you who have stuck with me through my practice reps on the path that illuminates as you walk it towards leaving the best message that I possibly can for one person who got, I am here telling thousands of truths simply because someone reframed me with thousands of lies. It's very Jungian. Jung says that to see the highest heights of the heavens, you've got to have roots that go all the way down to hell. As a naturalist myself, you notice some of these real strong trees, they got a real serious taproot, right? And that goes way deeper than you think it might, right? And you'll never see that at the surface level amongst millions of other details that probably really aren't even the ones that matter, but just ripple effect, symptom, byproducts, all the stuff that really truly does matter, which we're getting closer to with Dr. Masaru Emoto's 2008 water picture discovery. I'm debating with a close homie, and we've been going back and forth for years as mental sparring partners, iron sharpening iron. The council is likely to come up with a more dependable decision-making conclusive process, but we shouldn't be too conclusive at all because we're seeking. We're not believing, we're seeking. All our positions are opens. When we're debating, it's with another open-minded soul who's just looking to learn, not looking to be right and flex his ego, right? And compare himself to those who he's around. No, we're not hanging out with any lesser mindset, any small jealous mindset, any less intrinsic, less truly valuable. And value is gained, is accomplished through work. True work equals true value. If you haven't put the work in, if you think you're just gonna mouth service yourself through life in the face of all the other dummies who did that, and you're now looking face to face with them, and they're looking face to face with you, hating you for your young progress as an older person who didn't make good decisions, who went the mouth service route, specifically lazy, paying attention to the tell you a vision. That includes politics. We should care what's going on, but there's no levers for you there. There's no levers for you to pull. That means there's nothing for you to do. There's no major role for you. And I don't want the winner that I am, just wanting to see you win. I don't want to see you stuck in a slave role, in a minor role, in a what we call the tire role, because you're just going to get worn out. They're going to treat you like rubber. I'm coming to you from Rio Branco, Brazil. This is where the Amazon was, the rubber boom. This is right here in the heart of the rubber boom. So some of the history here is that. The people here are cool, they're warm. Adventuring to new exotic places and adapting to new environments and new languages is highly challenging. There's plenty of scientific study out there showing that this is the most graduating performance. This is the most graduating endeavor, journey, discovery exercise for your metaphysical mind, soul, body, right? That makes you more intelligent, more EQ, more IQ, more activity, more use of more parts of the brain, right? So any killer parent that wants to have killer kids would kick them out of the nest as soon as possible and say, go travel. Go travel, go to new cities, go to new environments, expand your mind, see things that work there that don't exist here, see things that work here that don't exist there, meet great new people that can really give you genuine experiences. So you don't want just blanket diversity anymore. Now, isn't it so fun to use your James Bond life and orientation and dedication to go find places that haven't been contaminated by the animal colonialism, whatever mouth sound you want to use, the contaminated by the selfish, narcissistic personality disorder #1 download they want you to get, competing with everyone around you, turn you into a crab in a barrel that does accounting for a real journeyman that unfortunately has ill intentions, but that's okay. That's a great opportunity for you to do it with pure intentions, which is the ultimate shine through and through and through and through. True and true and true and true and true. So get with that. Hold the line. Be the absolute pinnacle of respect with clean hands. Clean up your life. Sharpen up your blade. Let's do this for real. Get with other guys doing it for real. And have that real knight's adventure. That real Jedi adventure. That real samurai ninja adventure. Whatever mouth sound you want to use. But if you don't have it, you've been distracted and robbed of life by deceptive, dramatic, dumb, selfish, lying, stupid people. That's how it works. Space shuttle image. Trust me. You probably haven't gone as crazy as I've gone. You probably aren't as crazy as I am. You probably don't see as crazy as I see. And that's okay. It's not, I don't want everyone's mind to crack. We need some of you guys to keep your minds together. But if the biggest hand in the game says, no, I'm going to give you this particular fingerprint big challenge, one-of-a-kind challenge, it's for you, not to you. It's happening for you, not to you. So all challenges are just great opportunities. They're your personalized opportunities to build the strengths. If you really think about it, you'll realize, if you really analyze it, you'll realize, wow, these are the strengths I needed to make. I myself, all I wanted was family. And that want became so big. I became one of the most down dudes in the hood, one of the most down kids in the hood. I also got taken advantage of in a lot of ways, in a lot of different experiences, by my own mother, right? And, we all get our fingerprint challenges. I'm not crying about it. I'm thankful for it. I got fingerprint strengths, and they serve me well in life. And people I really respect a lot really respect me back. And so I live proud. And, I know who I am. I do have pitiful people out there that lie on me and reframe me, but it's easy for me to make this video channel. It's not without cost. Everybody in my life is an A gamer, but nobody wants to come on YouTube, including me. But I leave my desires aside for a higher purpose over and over and over and over, and that's how I walk tall. You may have a better recipe. I'm very thankful for the Cowboy Cats of Albuquerque, New Mexico, one of a kind 90s era, top of the food chain. Guys that really, all these guys really set me straight. I'm most definitely a sum of the 5 guys I was hanging out with. I'm most definitely a product of my environment at that time. Or I definitely was. Let me correct that. Then I started getting into dedicated personal development and the greats, and really, really just buckling down and saying, I don't need this tribe of guys. I actually need the vision quest now. This may be my one fingerprint type of experience, But this went on a few times, at young age. And then I went back to that. I had done this once as a young person. I had escaped from juvie jails with a Native American kid and gone and stayed on the reservation with him. And then learned to find my own places to stay everywhere and get away and escape and duck and dodge. I was constantly on the run growing up, constantly, the whole time. The whole time I had to be a ninja, right? And it was great Jedi training, and it really helped me navigate life in a higher operating way that gets like once again, it's just very. I see a lot of people that aren't able to live the life where they're hanging out with high level people that they respect. They're just miserable. They're upset with people who got ahead. I'm not upset with people who got ahead. I'm proud of them. I'm wishing everyone gets ahead. I'm not judging anyone who like didn't or whatever. And I don't think that finances are everything. I do think I'm going to knock it out of the park, and I do think you want to, if you have big dreams and big goals and you want to go big and you want to do big things for nature because you really love your only mother, right? And you're going to do something amazing for nature, and it's just like enough is enough with the way people are just anyway, if we took biodynamics as far as we've taken aerodynamics, man, then aerodynamics would go so much farther too. Over this journey, like I'm so seeing, a lot of people. I try to make an energetic video, and then I'm accused of drugs, while I'm framed with thousands of lies. By the way, by drug heads. Let me just tell you, I hate drugs. I hate drug dealers. I hate drugs. I hate drug business. I hate drug consumption. I hate when my friends fall to drug addiction. I hate when I have, but I really haven't. I've always been, you can ask anybody who's ever known me forever. I definitely could not participate in the fall of somebody else, when some hard shit happened to me, I drowned myself in tequila for 3 or 4 years. And then I went into the jungle for 5 or 6 years and cleaned myself up and just stayed away from people. If I had to do it again, the only difference would be when I was faced with the challenge, I would smile my ass off. As painful as it was, and I would never wish what I went through on any man. And not any kid, because what I went through was watching child abuse happen. The worst of it, in fact. And they can't even think. Abused kids are anyway, we shouldn't talk about them, really. So, but, we should defend them. And we should prosecute and jail every type of child abuse, any which way. I'm just going to say that PTSD is real. There are plenty of real traumas, neurological disorders, metaphysical challenges that are out there that you can't see what another person is going through, and as long as the person is not deceptive, they're not dramatic, they're not inventing a problem and acting like they're the victim of it, they're not constantly needing to put people down around them, you know what I mean? They're giving you the hard truths and not just yes manning you every direction and making false promises all the time. If they're deceptive, if you're going to be a true player, you're really going to have to cut that out of your life. Weed your garden from that. No matter how much you love them or care about them, it is what it is, what it is, what it is. You can still love them and care about them, but you're going to need to create distance. And you're going to need to separate yourself from that, definitely at a daily routine level. You can't have a person around you daily that's super sick and you not contage a lot of what's going on there. You know, again, get around people who are super healthy, who are super A gamer, who are super awesome, who have some super adventurous interests and goals, and then now you guys can do some super adventure together. You know, you're gonna be strong in ways, and whoever you're adventuring with is gonna be strong in ways, and you guys are gonna co-benefit from those strengths. But don't ever be the person in that mix that's got to put somebody down or leave somebody in the dust or make sure they're one up on somebody in some way all the time. Definitely don't lie to them. Definitely use that opportunity to proceed valiantly. Help them win for real, because that lasts forever. Fucking them up just is temporary and it's destructive and stupid, and it's not necessary. You could be an excellent person that's just totally a part of their win, and they'll remember you forever. When they finally graduate from needing to do their own small-minded bit all the time, they'll really then it'll lock in. But this is the growth. This is the genetic environment that builds strong material. Final essence. That builds strong final essence. The most final that there is, and it's not material, probably on second thought, right? It's of the baseline form of energy. More likely ones and zeros, if you like the science conversation. But yeah, definitely listen, it's been a beautiful journey. I'm super glad that I've made the tiered commitments at the times that I have to commit to fitness, to commit to truth, to commit to telling the truth and being a transparent person who just cares about getting their wings in stage 2. I'm glad I started leaving the message and doing my video reps and practicing oration and delivery of higher minded things on the video. I can still remember when I turned this on and I was my first videos are so ridiculous. You know, you live a life where the camera is the enemy, and there's a thing there that you gotta learn. You gotta unlearn the first part and relearn another part in your 40s. Do it, get it done. You know what I mean? There's plenty of excuses not to check all the boxes, but I promise you, if you check all the boxes, you will be the happiest camper in life. You will be someone who walks knowing they checked all the boxes. It's just like that. It's just like that. I don't mind if you don't knock it out of the park, but you're up at the plate swinging. But if you don't get up there and swing, I got nothing for you. No respect, nothing. You know what I mean? If you get up and swing your brains out and you don't never knock it out of the park, I promise you, you will be a prince. You will be a prince. Somebody is going to promote you. Some good spirit is going to promote you. And I think if you live with that level of faith, and I'm telling you, in every dynamic way, not just this metaphorical, analytical way, I walk off of cliffs and I step onto clouds all the time. I have realized there is a divine intervention should you be worthy of it. I realize that there is a true protection in fearlessness. There's an assistance. There's a support system for the brave, honorable, honest, valiant cats, especially the ones who come from the worst of circumstances, where they've got every excuse to be a devil. But this dude is like, nope, I'm galvanizing myself. I've got one life to live. I'm becoming as angelic as I possibly can be. I'm not afraid of making mistakes. I'm not afraid of doing stupid video reps that people are going to talk shit about, because I know that I'm committed to the end. I'm going to be doing this for years. You stupid should have never tried lying on me to a little kid. And if a little kid wants to choose to live that lie in the face of all this truth, what do you think that's going to produce? So, in every dynamic way, ladies and gentlemen, you want to live true. If you're living a lie, if you're believing a lie, if you're fucking out of your seat for the politics, for the drama, for the soap opera on the TV that you yourself tuned into, you know, there's a lot of different ways to fake and ways to cheat and ways to cut the corner. If you cut the corners, you're just going to have to do them again. The cheat results, they always go away just as fast as you cheated them in, just as easy as you got them. Always. How does that always work out? It always works out like that. Right? And fake, don't be fucking fake. Dude, if you've constructed your castle made of man, I'm trying to find the right metaphorical terms here, but it's just like, are you eating the fake food? Or are you eating the real food? Are you living the fucking TV life and that's controlling your emotional framework and production and activity and behavior and exercise and output and artistic expression? Or have you made a connection with something more impressive, more deep, more substantial? Nature, art itself, psychology, philosophy, sculpture, city design, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, biological engineering, or whatever. You know, something bigger than you would probably make you a bigger you, right? Where certainly we tend to open lots of black holes with inactivity or negative activity, selfish activity, where we just really have an implosive educting energy. So an eductor, a firefighter knows what an eductor is. It's this Y-shaped nozzle connection, right? So if you run, let's just say 150 psi through a fire hose in a straight, it can create a vacuum if I pull a steel Y off the back of it, and that vacuum can start to suck in an aqueous film-forming foam agent, for example, from the tank to fight a high-heat fuel fire coated with this aqueous film-forming foam AIM-FFF agent that mixes in a fixed automated station that kicks on, mixes live, exists fresh, and then gets sucked up from that tank by the adductor that's already pulling water, right, at 150 psi. So, when you have a black hole, there's a vacuum. When you have a fire in a space and it eats up all the oxygen, there's a vacuum. If you crack a hatch, an airtight hatch, when that room has had no oxygen, it's burned up all the oxygen, but there's still a fire in there, and you just open that hatch and give it oxygen again, what do you think is going to happen? An explosive reaction happens. That explosion can kill you, can blow you back, and can kill your whole team. If you don't know what you're doing and you proceed all clumsy because you haven't been educated, because you haven't been taught right, because you've only been given a little bit of the information, not all the information, not all the pieces of the Ferrari, so how are you gonna, not the high octane fuel, so how are you gonna There's a lot of holdbacks in the modern man's movements, routine, however you want to paint it. And you want to really add some dynamics here and poke yourself ahead. And you want to get some diverse experience, diverse knowledge, and diverse diet, diverse exercise, diverse adversity, challenges, adaptation, right? And just nonstop flow state productivity. If you like to talk about this and you've been generating some ideas and you have some great things to convey, man, it would be great to figure out how to take these YouTube channels and become more collaborative. I guess just podcast calls. I'm down to do that with anybody. This is a journey. I'm your fellow journeyman. I'm not coming to you from as an expert. I don't care about being right. I care about learning. I care about building and growing and making genuine connections with other genuine people, becoming a professional at identifying ingenuine people who just want to deceive and serve self. And that's a douchebag to me. And they're fucking everywhere. Everybody's got this zombie mentality. Everybody's got this programmed thing. Everybody's highly conflictive, not diplomatic, demanding it's my way or the highway, and they're all gassed up on lies. You know what I mean? It's an insanely effective witting of the devil. To hang out with me, one of my prerequisites is you have to have read Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. At least go through a synopsis of it on ChatGPT or a video, right? Listening to it in the audio. Listen, you're going to be a sharper blade than the average bear if you get all the Napoleon Hill and the Carl Jung down, right? That's your homework. If I'm making Marcus Aurelius, Napoleon Hill, Carl Jung, Bushido references, and you've got nothing to exchange with me, right away I'm like, what do you think? These kids nowadays, you think you're going to draw for straws and become a hardcore legal performer, arguer, guy, dominator, social Darwinist? You know what I mean? When dudes who are doing it the right way and putting in the hard work are going to cut you up. I'm telling you, man, God respects He respects a true hustler. If you truly want to make a mark, we got to be true all the fucking way. It's not, yes, there's plenty of dudes who are doing all kinds of shady shit, getting Bugattis and all that stuff. It's not worth it to me to have a Bugatti if I've conducted myself in that manner. My character is worth more. My integrity is worth more. Communicating to above, just like Manny Pacquiao says, why do you do this? I don't care what you think, what the people I'm giving shit to think. I care what God thinks. And it's not hard to figure out what God's going to think about my life. I love you. I truly am thinking of you. And if you would allow me to say a prayer for us all, that dear Lord, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to be on such an incredible adventure into all these exotic destinations for the last 15 years, learning about ecology and high-level things and high-level stimulation around high-level people I could have never, ever dreamed up in my wildest dreams. All coming out of challenges I could have never dreamed up, or I didn't think anyone could dream them up. And seeing that violence has made me non-violent. And seeing that kind of level of deception has made me non-deceptive. And I thank everyone who makes these mistakes and falls all the way and loses their soul. Because without them, we just don't have those dynamic challenges to overcome. And I pray that you hold steady till the end, that you don't fall, and that you don't ever start being a deceptive liar person, that you stay a great example till the very end, so that you don't, right? So that it really, really takes that mark, and you really, really, you can pull me up, man. If you heard me say this, and it got you to that point, and I end up falling at some point, you can help pull me up. I know we can work for each other from the other side. I've been blessed to have work done for me. Thank you, Bo. Thank you, Bo. I love you so much, man. I love you, Lord. I love all of you watching this. Winners just want to see you win, right? We say these things humbly and thankfully for this beautiful life and test of true colors. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. And I really mean that. I really, really do. I'm hoping that this video helps you proceed with positivity in your next couple of steps. And I've been watching my videos. I'm seeing a lot of places I need to improve. I'm getting closer to my final donations, which I'm gonna really, really pour my heart into. And you should have a whole bunch of reps. So, dude, everybody who's with me right now, both critics and supporters, Snake, what's up? I just got your messages right here. Milton, all you guys, Disorganized, my pagan brother, my boys in the Netherlands, Joost, Stein, everybody, the JP Killer, Victor, Kevin, AK, Eric T, Mom Black, we're all moving, we're all going together in a big tidal wave, crashing into all these bullshitter people everywhere. And we're just like, yeah, you know what? Fuck the bullshit already. Shit. Don't even fuck one time. I'm serious. Don't fucking bullshit me one time about one fucking thing. I'm gonna have to count that against you forever in my mind. I have to. We'll have to be fucking the thorough bull that I am. And I'm always friendly. There's no need to not be friendly. Go ahead and be friendly too many times to me. And I gotta do what I gotta do so that it doesn't come back on me. But I'm gonna fucking do it, right? I might fucking do it. Someone might do it. The friendliest guys, this is what I really, the friendliest guys, I hope they do it, because you do need it. When you can't respect this friendly guy that could just kick your fucking head off how fast as fuck, how easy as fuck, and you're gonna sit there and actually disrespect him because he's cool. That's the most douchebag. Seriously. So I understand. And I've been the young bull who slipped on my old cats, on my old heads, on my old schoolers, or whatever, outside, I've been the disrespectful punk and felt bad about it later. And I became the honorable cat that years later came and said, you know what, dude? I'm learning, I'm growing, and I want to tell you something. That was fucking dumb. That was bullshit, and I really appreciated you much more, and that was an ill communication that I didn't mean. Because that's a real G. That's a real tough guy right there that has that level of class, and that doesn't just make those amends off the past, but conducts themselves with class and character, and I find, because I can kick off everyone's head. No, I'm just playing. But that because I have nothing to prove, a lot of times when I'm with someone, it's just like, you kidding me right now, dude? Like, you can't go there with, even though a guy's not proving everything constantly because he doesn't need to. You gotta be cognizant of the fact that this is a motherfucking old schooler that's been through fucking hell, you know, over and over and over, you know, and comes out of it with class and respect and a smile on his face in face of the biggest problems. You know what I mean? You have to respect that too, on top of what it is. But yeah, most definitely, I want to communicate my gratitude for everyone in my life, for every blessing that is bestowed. I mark it all down, man. I have a very accurate accounting of everything all the time, always, because that's the truest blue you can do, yo. And if you care about what's cool and you care about what other people think, you're the absolute weakest that exists. That person that's extremely different, that you may be hated on, that is your guide in this life. That bold individual who's like, I'm gonna do what's right, I'm gonna tell the truth, I'm gonna be myself, fuck you. Who?